really low life, so I have to be aggressive getting rid of the Delvers here. Are we live or what? I don't fucking know. I'll fucking check between rounds. Reveals nothing. Sweet! Another mechanic, okay. Dread Horde, okay. No attacks. Let's see if I actually have a stream up or not. Okay, I actually do have a stream up. Wow. Yeah, 0 viewers. That's fine. Of course I have 0 viewers. Why would I have viewers? I was muted and you couldn't hear a goddamn thing. Sweet. It's gonna flash back a brainstorm. That's cool. Okay. Oh, all right, all right. Declare blockers. Okay. So does he have some sort of bolt or some way to interact here? He does not. Does he? What's going on? He's got the bolt? Okay, cool. Take out the Dread Horde. I could use a Muxus right now. Oh, that's something. All right. Go. Got the Matron. I think say a lightning bolt there. Snoop, pile driver, trash man, war chief, crater maker, jump home incinerator. We're just gonna grab the incinerator here. Alright, need to rip a Muxus. Arcanist, Goyf. Monkey. What are you playing? Arcanist, okay. Me a Muxus. Still need a Muxus. Alright, let's see what happens with this ponder here. Let's see what happens with the ponder. And sorry the stream keeps dipping in and out. Having a little stormy weather here in Minneapolis. Does not shuffle with his ponder. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll do the same thing. Triple block. Go ahead and bolt one. Brainstorms. Why, man? You just pondered and didn't shuffle. He has a plan. He does not have a plan. What a bad plan. Okay, he has some green cards he wants to play. Muxus. Get in there, matron. Spell pierce. Alright. Oko. Give me an elk. Elk my vial. I got no blocks, son. Muxus, please. That is not a Muxus. Whew. Alright, so he's gonna elk a food token, he's gonna swing in. I'm going to block an elk. I'm going to go down to 1. Then he's going to go and play some motherfucking creature to follow up. Let's get another Oko. Cool. It's another food. Cool. War Chief. Great. Alright. Hopefully I can win this game quickly. Hopefully I don't lose my internet connection again. Alright, we're bringing in Pyroblast. We're bringing in Red Elemental Blast. We are taking out a Trash Man. We are taking out a Pile Driver. We are taking out a War Chief. And 24 lands. Don't want to take out Caracas. Lackey's not all that great here. We can shave a Lackey. A War Marshal, Pile Driver, Skirk, some Snoops. Crater Maker is totally fine. These guys are all totally fine. I think we'll only do the one Pyrokinesis. Or sorry, I think I'll only side in 2 Pyrokinesis. Alright, that's 15, still 28 creatures. That works for me. Let's go. Let's go. I would love to play first. Alright, Vile Lackey Pyrokinesis, let's keep it. Okay. So good thing the Vial resolves. Alright. Plays a Volcanic. I'd love to draw a Wasteland. Interesting. Let's just go for Badlands here. Okay. Let's see what he does. Let's see if we play this Lackey or if we wind up Pyrokinesising an Arcanist or what we do. Plays out a Delver, that's cool. So it just has the Delver, so alright, we will put in the Lackey. Snoop would be good here. Oh, Matron's good though. I can take a Matron. So I think we'll just play out another Badlands. Yeah, we'll play out the Wooded Foothills. Offer up the trade here. Bolts it, fine. And we're not going to play this Matron. Let's see if we reveal anything. We do not. That's cool. Preordain. Great. Alright, Preordain. What does he do with the Preordain? Let's see. Puts 2 on top and draws a card. Okay. So he's going to make a land drop here. And it's a waste. Cool. That's fine. Nope. Haha. Yep. Another Delver. Ooh. Ooh hoo 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 hoo. Alright. Well, let's see if we can't draw. We can't. We cannot draw what we wanted to draw. Alright, well. Now we just go for the Chain Whirler. Force pitches Oko. Okay. Let's see. Just force pitched Oko. Reveals Force of Will. Let's get rid of those before he draws a force. Please. Hey, Bella. Hey, Bugbear. Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
She's howling out the window. I was napping.
Yeah.
She's woke me up.
I heard that. I heard that. Alright, still has a Force of Will in hand. So it's probably a Force of Will and a green card. Okay, we got Bloodstained Mire. That's fine. Oh, he gets a land. Now he gets to play that green card he has in hand. Alright, he gets some Mandrels. That's cool. Sweet. Get that Mandrels out of there. Alright, his hand again is Force of Will, so we're not going to fetch this Bloodstained Mire because next turn I want to waste his Tropical Island. That's cool, man. Give me that. Give me that trop. the draw here. We can bring in another pyrokinesis. We can take out. We can straight up take out the pile driver. We don't need a pile driver in there. Yeah, we'll leave in. Wait, do we need 3 lackeys? God, I like lackeys so much more than pile driver though. Mons, war chief, blah blah blah. Yeah, goodbye pile driver. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. My apologies for the stream being unwatchable, by the way. This has been rough. I'll keep this hand. I'll totally keep this hand. Okay. Let's see, a Caracas. Huh. Alright. Cool. I'll lead on Caracas into Vile because I don't care if Caracas gets wasted. That's all right by me. Alright, there goes the Tarn. Volcanic. Brainstorm. Vile resolves. All right. I think that just means he has an abrade for it here. Shock. Okay. All right. Great. We can just start fetching some mountains. Ponder's cool. Does not shuffle. Goes for the Arcanist. All right. Oh boy. Alright, so here we just pyrokinesis the Arcanist. And I think we take out the Incinerator because Incinerator's less good than Expert. Cool. So what did he get rid of at the Force of Will? He got rid of another Force of Will. Okay. Crater Maker. All right. Bolt for the Crater Maker. Oh, this dude. Alright. What the fuck does this guy do again? This guy's crazy. Okay. Game main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land, add a mana. Otherwise, gain 2 life and deal 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. Cool. Cool. Give me a land. Give me a Pashalik Mons. Ask for a land, and you give me a Pashalik Mons. Deck. That is some harsh barley, brah. Alright, well. Yeah, we're keeping that up anyway, so. We got a Caracas, we got to protect our Pashalik Mons. He's going to target something and probably deal 2 damage to me. Yeah, this targets the Crater Maker. Cool. Chain Lightning on Mons. Alright, well. There we go. Go bounce a Mons. He is a legend, after all. And we're gonna bolt a Mons. Alright. Mons is gonna deal 1 damage to Kentaro Hokori. Chain Lightning will not resolve. They will play a land. Oh, land please. Thank you. Jeez Louise. Grab another Badlands. Grab the Badlands. Cast a Muxus. Hey, we got a Muxus. Motherfucker, what? Wow. That was a completely blanked Muxus, my friend. It's alright, we're gonna draw another land and we're gonna bounce and replay Muxus this turn. They have 2 cards, so unless it's exactly 2 bolts, please just give me another land. Alright, let's try this again. This is an incredibly uncounterable Muxus. Let's try this again after we blanked on the last one. Yay! Alright. Yeah, I'll be the last one to resolve. Resolve this one. Resolve this one. Target that. Say okay. We'll say no. Say okay. We'll say okay. Yes, please. Feel some Goblin Matrix ability. We're running out of useful things to do here, so we will go and grab a ringleader. Now let's grab another matron. Alright, hey, look at that, we have a wasteland on top. I think we win, but who knows? 12. Two damage each creature without flying. That's a thing. Alright. I think I have one more Sling Gang in there. So I'm going to grab that Sling Gang. Yeah. There we go. And that is game. Woot woot. Dang, man. Oh, it's been grindy. It has been grindy. Ugh. It's been grindy, and the internet connection has been way too exciting tonight. I've just been getting dropped in and out. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Finish up this league tomorrow. Thank you all for watching and for hanging in there, even though that was rough. That was rough. You know what? Here's what we'll do. Limited Zero, or aka Limidio. Thank you so much for watching. I'm actually gonna go and I'm just gonna do a recap. I can recap those when I finish up the league later if I decide to stream it, I guess. Because we kind of missed. What did we miss? We missed some of this match, and I think we missed some of the match with Tony Scapone also. So I don't know. Do you wanna see a rerun of those at all? If so, I will do it. If not, second match you missed? Alright, let's go do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I want to go through it. Don't worry. This is mostly for me anyway. Alright. So first game, kept 6. That's alright. Got a vial out there. Didn't get countered. Always exciting when your vial doesn't get countered. He didn't play anything, so I just played out a port and passed. No need to expose a cavern to a waste or a mire to a fetch. Plus, like, port just makes him trying to brainstorm a little worse. So tapped him down. Didn't look like he was going to try to stifle me. Just kept taking a vial. Played out a Bloodstained Mire, again, just to protect the cavern from a wasteland. He fetches an upkeep, so I port him in his draw step, and he brainstorms. I figured if he was porting in, if he was activating in upkeep, then I didn't want to go and play into, you know, port him there and just let him brainstorm. I didn't really matter one way or the other. Here he gets the Delvers out, so this is an opportunity to play out that Cavern of Souls, get the Matron for a Chain Whirler, and clear the board. Like, this is really just value play. The game is young. Why not do that? Handful of other good cards. Mystic Sanctuaries, I think a Brainstorm back. Goes for Young Pyromancer, kills the Chain Whirler, gets a token, that's fine. We just up the Vial because we have the Ringleader here. So, fetch, throw the Ringleader into play after the fetch, and draw a couple Goblins, and then just Munitions Expert away the Pyromancer. He swords the Ringleader in response, which is fine. He's down to 2 cards. I run out the Snoop, reveal a Munitions Expert. So the plan at this point is just to cast that Munitions Expert in draw step. So I draw an extra card next turn. But he just goes and sinkholes the Snoop right there. So we pick up the Vial to 5. We're heading up to Muxus territory. Play out a War Chief. Play out a Crater Maker and just swing with the team, because we have a lot more clock right here than he does. He petty thefts the War Chief, which isn't a big deal. We will just replay the War Chief and attack again next turn. So we got Aether Vial up to 6. Play out the War Chief, play out a Mogwar Marshal, and I think he just scoops here. I think he scoops too far ahead. So that was that. That was game 1. Game 2, I sided pretty standard way. I brought in some Pyrokinesis and some Red Elemental Blasts because it just thought it was a standard kind of Delver build. So I took out Trashman, War Chief, 2 Lackeys, and a Pile Driver. As you will see, I did not side in Chalice of the Void. I just don't side in Chalice of the Void versus Delver decks. So, had to mull a little again, but kept found a good 6. And there you go, I draw Pyrokinesis right away. Aether Vial resolves, that's good. He ponders away, plays out a Wasteland. It's like, okay, he has a pretty bad start. This will probably be alright. I do not play the Cavern of Souls because I don't want to expose it to that Wasteland. And I have the Vial ticking up, so I figure I can save that for something else. He goes to bounce my Vial, so I'll take that opportunity to Red Blast it and get that Brazen Borrower out of there. I then just play a land and pass the turn. Again, just trying to keep him from getting value off that Wasteland. And he's not really doing anything, so now we just get to start being the aggro deck. Let's draw another mountain, no big deal there. Swinging for 1, he doesn't do anything. His turn, he goes and finally plays his hand, throws out an Aria of Flame, which gives me 10 extra life, but kind of gives up the ghost. He's not playing Delver anymore, he's just playing a pile of spells. So I play out the Chain Whirler and flash in the Munitions Expert here, just to get put on as much of a clock as I can, because I figure his hand is just going to be all bolts and ponders for the rest of the game. So I draw a Red Elemental Blast, figure that might be okay. Swing in with the team, hit him for like 9 right here, so it puts him down to 8. So he's dead next turn, but I figure he's going to have some answer to all this. So he starts off, bolts the Pile Driver, that's the biggest threat. I and get in for 4. And he plays an accumulated knowledge. I don't bother to blast it because it's just an accumulated knowledge, no big deal. I was really planning to save that red blast for later on. We get a Rishadan port, so again I'm just attacking for 4. He just bolts that guy. So we just play out the port and just port him off his red source next turn. He brainstorms. Again, I considered hitting that with the blast, but decided not to. I probably should have in retrospect, but again, whatever. I like really just need to draw like a creature and I'll be alright. Instead I draw a Jump Bomb Incinerator. And he just hits me with the Swords to Plowshare, knocks like more life off of me. I play out the Jump Bomb, I'm like, okay, he needs to be running out of cards here soon. Here he goes for a Ponder. I decide, okay, this is I can go ahead and Red Blast that, and this gives him the opening. I just played where he sinkholes my Incinerator, also dazes it to deal more damage to me, and Hydro Blasts. So that just playing that blast there allowed him to just do everything he wanted to do. Although I don't think it actually mattered because the blast did. Had I not blasted, there would have been. No, it didn't even matter. Didn't even matter because he still just could have taken the exact same line. So the blast didn't even matter there. Didn't even matter. So we went on to the third game. And the third game, like this was obviously just a great starting hand. Got super laggy and disconnected like 3 times during this game. It was pretty obnoxious, like in like the first turn, but whatever. So he ponders, which is like obviously what you don't want to do into a lackey. And then I just cast Chalice at 1. I will point out, you know, talking about sideboards, I did side out all the Pyrokinesis for this round. Side out all the Pyrokinesis and sided out a Munitions Expert because I was like, oh, that ability just isn't going to do very much here. Because I assumed, given how the first game went, I mean, the way his deck's built, I figure he is a Delver deck game 1, then post board he becomes this you know, combo-y deck. And I was like, even if he goes back to Delver, the Chalices will be fine. Like, the Chalices, they won't be great, but they'll be fine. The Pyrokinesis will be actively bad if he keeps on the combo build, the, you know, combo control build that he has. So that's what I did. I just took out the Pyrokinesis, put in the Chalices, and I knew that either way on the play, the Chalice would be good. So, hit with a lackey, got a Slinging, and like he plays out a Wasteland, doesn't even use it. So, I think I just waste him here. Because, I mean, I'm so far ahead with lackey connecting and everything, there's no reason, like, not to just waste him. So he goes and goes for an accumulated knowledge, that's fine. I wasted him in main phase instead of like. I wasted him in main phase so that if he did like a petty theft on the Chalice, I could then just recast the Chalice. So that was it. He scooped it up. That was obviously, I was just getting too far ahead there. This match was super good. It was, I don't remember where I got disconnected, but the first game I just had like a bunch of these really mediocre hands. I was like, okay, I can do better than this, like 2 lands and that, and then I go and wound up mulling all the way down to 4 and keeping 2 lands, a Vial, and a Matron. which really is not a bad 4 card hand. Like Mountain, Vile, Matron, Port is not bad at all. But Vile, of course, gets forced. Why not? He plays out a Delver, and I just don't have a way to deal with the Delver. So Delver just beats me down for a while, and that's really what does me in are the early Delver beats. Yeah. I mean, what you gonna do? I'm ult to 4. I had just a bunch of really mediocre hands that might have been a little bit better. I think I had the hand that I had with Pile Driver and Crater Maker. I think that was my second hand in 2 lands. That might have gotten the job done here. But again, none of these hands were great. Munitions Expert gets dazed. I mean, that's that's just a shitty situation. Matron here resolves, and I think I just jump on. No, I figure at this point he's out of counters, so I grab Munitions Expert to kill the flip Delver, and then I'm just hoping the second Delver doesn't flip. And I think the Delver doesn't flip, so I got lucky for a turn there. But an Arcanist comes out, and at this point, Arcanist is just gonna drown me in card advantage. Just gonna drown me in it. So I play out the Pashalik Mons, because I drew a Pashalik Mons. You got DC on match 3, game 2. You got DC on match 3, game 2. I don't know what that means. Limit 0. What do you mean by you got DC? I don't follow that. Oh, disconnected. Okay. On match 3, game 2. Okay. So this one got played out. Let's see. Okay, Gem Palmed that. It was a bummer that I had 6 lands and I had to go for the Gem Palm there. I thought I got disconnected on this one because my time is so I'm 6 minutes behind him on the clock at this point. So I think I got disconnected in this game also. I also got disconnected on game 3 with Tony Scaponi. So anyway, at this point I'm just playing way behind against an Arcanist, and Goblins just really sucks playing way behind against an Arcanist. There's not really anything you can do. All you can really do is triple block and hope he doesn't have a piece of removal. It's a horrible game plan. It's all you can do is just okay, I hope he doesn't have it. Right there he didn't have it, and he played out a Delver, and had I drawn a Muxus, I would have won this game had I just drawn a Muxus, but I drew an Aether Vial, so I didn't win the game. And then he just gets Oko, and then he just does Oko stuff for a couple turns while I do nothing. Yeah, I draw Wooded Foothills. So it is interesting though. You're okay, I did have one turn there where a Muxus off the top would have, were great chances. I just would have won the game with a Muxus off the top. But game 2 is when I got disconnected. Okay, let's do that. And then I'm totally going to go through game 3 just because I want to watch that beautiful Muxus take over at the 11th hour. So this is a fine hand. It doesn't have much action, but it has all the setup. So if we were against a combo deck, I'd probably mull this hand. But against a deck I know is going to be kind of a grind, just having a Vial and a Lackey to get started is totally a fine start. So he brainstorms. That's fine. Nothing we can do about that. I think he goes and plays out a Delver here, and I don't want to just throw this Pyrokinesis away just on a Delver. So I'm gonna put the Lackey in. I know he has removal for the Lackey. There's no world where he doesn't have removal for the Lackey, but in the slim chance he doesn't, I can throw this Lackey at him here at the very least, and maybe force a trade. Because forcing a trade here isn't bad either. But he has the Bolt, naturally he always has the Bolt, so doesn't I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. He has the bolt. That's great. Um, the plus side, we did force him to fetch a volcanic island by attacking there. So he was not able to go and grab green. He wastes me off of Badlands. That's not a big deal. Plays out another Delver. So at this point, I go, okay, we're going to matron for Chain Whirler again. It worked so well in the other match. We're just going to try it again here. But he has the Force of Will. It removes an Oko. So, okay, I pass the turn, and the first Delver reveals a Force of Will, and then it's like, okay, F it. We got to get this Pyrokinesis off here. So I chucked the Ringleader to it because Vile was at 4, and I had the Sling Gang, so why not? You know, I was like, okay, I can Vile in this Sling Gang if I get rid of this Ringleader, and I still get like a good board presence, so it seems totally fine. He, of course, has removal for the Sling Gang, so we just go and activate it once. Then we play out a Snoop, go ahead and attack him for 3. Snoop's just revealing a Bloodstained Mire, that's no big deal. Plays out a Hooting Mandrills. Again, my opponent just has a Force of Will in his hand here. Snoop reveals Munitions Expert. We play it off the top to kill the Hooting Mandrills, swing in. He bolts the Snoop, but already I know I have a waste on top, so I wasn't going to play that. I wasn't going to play that Bloodstained Mire and fetch because I wanted to draw that waste to get his green source the next turn. And that was that. And then the final game of that match was awesome. Blanking the Muxus, but then bouncing it with Caracas was kind of glorious. I'll be honest with you. That was kind of glorious. Also, that Caracas was the very first land we played. And just putting that Aether Vial out there, somehow having it resolve. Oh yeah, it was because he had the Abrade. And it was kind of obvious that he had an Abrade because he let the Vial resolve right there. You know he had to have something. I'm thinking like I think he doesn't even have Stifles in this build. I don't think this deck plays Stifle that much anymore, but I feel like I played around it pretty effectively all game regardless. Having the Red Blast for the Pyro here was pretty clutch. It was just like obviously we had to kill the Arcanist, and having the Red Blast for the Force was great. So it's a 3-for-3 exchange, but the Arcanist is so important to his game plan that it just didn't matter. And then this is the weird thing about running into Rug Delvers. They start bolting Crater Makers. Like, you're just like, really? Like, it's a 2-2. It's a 2-2 that might kill a Delver, like, later on in the game. But everything kills Delver, so, like, what are you doing? And then the fact that right here, I have a Pashalik Mons with Caracas protection, and they decide it's worth 2 bolts on a Pashalik Mons. Like, that's insane. That's insane. That's not a good use of resources. Like, I have an empty board. Just let Pashalik Mons die. Like, whatever. Or, like, just let him hit you for 2. It was like same with the Crater Maker. They spent 3 lightning bolts to kill a Crater Maker and a Pashalik Mons. And you're just like, that is not going to get you where you need to be. So there's the Muxus blanking. But the universe is fair. So I got to Caracas it back and replay it. And then I got this glorious board. Glorious, glorious board. I used my Matron just to grab another Matron at this point, which I'm really glad I did. Because, well, you know, Matron's a great card. It's just like, Matron's such a good card. That's it. Best card in the deck, Goblin Matron. Everybody knows. So this rough here, like, okay, you're going to clear my board. That's fine. I'm just going to Sling Gang. I'm just going to Sling Gang all these guys away. And, you know, the rough still clears everything but Muxus off my board. But I still have a Muxus and a Caracas and 6 other lands. So, like, still feeling pretty good about how this is all going down. And
Also, just because Muxus is so great, it's so amazing that like he doesn't have the must also being attacking qualifier that Pile Driver does. So he just swings in for 8 here, and then Sling Gang just cleans up. So that was awesome. That was a fun way to win that match. All right, that's it. I'm done for the night. I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you all for watching, and nice nice chatting. Thanks. Thank you. Limit Zero. It's good chatting with you, and we'll talk to you later. And I think you followed, so cool. Thanks for that. And if anyone else wants to follow, please do. Always like getting the followers. It's a fun time. All right. Have a good night, everyone.